Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, a show dedicated to helping you expand your capacity, take your life in every area to an entirely new level, and creating a day and a life by design. Here's your host, Dan Hafner. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, your host, Dan Hafner here, founder of Runwage and creator of the Run Your Day podcast. Today's topic is this: go back to where you came from. As always, I appreciate you all joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode. All right, my friends. So today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to share something with you that's it's been pretty powerful for me, and it has to do with getting my ass out of bed early in the morning. So I titled this episode "Go Back Where You Came From," because I want to lay a little bit of the foundation or the groundwork, if you will, on what I'm talking about. Right. So ultimately, we're all trying to go somewhere different. Right. We're trying to do bigger things. We're trying to have more, do more, and be more. Okay. So the crazy part about that is, as we go down this journey, we are very likely to screw it up at some point, right? We're going to screw some stuff up. We're going to do things wrong. Things are going to happen that are outside of our control. Just shit's going to happen, right? It's pretty unavoidable. Okay. So our natural tendency as a human being, right, is we're going along. Then something happens, right? That thing happens. You lose something, you forget something, you do something wrong, somebody triggers you, something happens, right? An external force happens to you. So we get triggered and we drift downwards, right? We get off course, we get blown off track, off course, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now, what happens is, in our mind, we desire to return to the place we were before the thing happened, right? So I'll give you an example of this. You're trying to save money. You're saving money out of your paycheck. You're doing, I don't know, 10% or 8% or whatever you want to do, right? Then all of a sudden you get a flat tire, or you find out you have to take or you get in a car accident, right? So now all of a sudden you have to dip into that savings money, and you just took out maybe 45% or 50% of your entire savings balance, right? And you're like, shit, like I had all this money banked up and I just got to get back to, maybe I can just take this extra money and put it back there to get it back to where it was, right? This desire to return to where we were is so strong and so innate in all of us. And it's so powerful. And I'm going to share something with you here later on that's really going to teach you about this. But like, do you see how this works, right? Like, something, you're going along, something happens, it knocks you off course. You're naturally like, I just got to get back on course. I got to get back to where I was. But I'll have you consider that getting back to where you were and where you started from before that trigger or that drift came along is not always where you want to go. In fact, it's rarely where you want to go, because it's such an opportunity for us to be able to shift, to change something, right? And this happens to us probably every single day inside of your life in some form or capacity, right? Like, the difference between getting pissed about it and actually making something happen because of it is being able to recognize when it happens. And that's a complete mindset shift, right? Now, when things used to happen to me, I used to get very, very angry, and I still do, right? But I've learned how to cope with it and change it and shift it and learn from it, right? It used to just be a complete shit show of, like, something would happen in the morning and I'd be absolutely completely done for the day, because whatever I was trying to do, I'm trying to get back to that place for whatever reason. I'm trying to get back to where I was. And then I learned this concept of the stack inside of this, which is a tool inside of a program I'm part of called Wake Up Warrior, right? And this is by far the biggest thing that's allowed me to shift my mindset and change my life personally. And I'm actually going to share one of these with you so you can actually see what at least a high level of this looks like. And this isn't even the biggest and deepest that it goes, but the example I want to share with you all is about me getting up in the morning, right? Because for the past couple of weeks, for whatever reason, I've been sleeping in. Like I just can't get my ass out of bed. like I, we had to go and do a family funeral for a while, and we had to do some other things, and I have all kinds of excuses and reasons for why this is happening. But once I share this with you, you kind of see that there are so like even that in itself is an opportunity for me to shift and to learn every single day, right? So I'm going to share this with you. Now, this is completely mine, so I'm not infringing on any copyrights or anything like this. I'm just going to read you the summary of this particular stack, okay? So this is what's called an irritated stack, and it's just an overview and high level view of this. So I'm going to read through this for you, okay? So here is a summary of today's stack. Title: How out of whack am I? Original story. This was the story I was telling myself, right? I can't get up early and hunt success if my life depended on it. Okay? That's the story I was telling myself in my head every day when I woke up. Okay? What I want for me. I want to be in integrity with myself, right? Why did I want that? Because I preach getting up early. I preach getting up and running the day and getting active and doing these things, and I haven't been doing it. Right? So I want to be in integrity with myself. Okay. Next question: What is the desired story? Remember, my original story was I can't get up early and hunt success if my life depended on it. The desired story I decided to shift to and learn from: a business and a life that functions is a system, and that comes with timing and integrity, right? So you see the vast difference there, right? I'm changing the entire story, okay? What is the lesson you learned from this? The loop of insanity continues until you choose to shift. The loop of insanity continues until you choose to shift. Now, what is the biggest insight or revelation that you received from this stack? I will have the same results as other people if I continue to take the same actions as them. Where is my individuality? Where is my edge? Where is my passion? I don't fucking have any of it because I'm so out of whack in my own head. Getting up early is like a muscle. I trained myself to do it before, and I can train myself to do it again. I can start the process of getting up 5 to 10 minutes earlier every day and not try to bite the entire elephant's ass off. And what is one action that you need to take coming out of this particular stack? Wake up at 6:30 tomorrow. Okay. So I hope you guys got some really good information out of me sharing that. I know there was a little bit of vulgarity in there, but that's kind of what that stack software allows you to do. Okay. Now, I hope you can see the incredible shift that came here and what I'm talking about going back to where you came from, right? Because for me, all I wanted, like my entire thing was like I used to get up super early. I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning and absolutely kick ass. And over the past couple weeks, I've not been doing that. I haven't done actually 4 o'clock wake up in probably probably since COVID hit, right? But anyway, like my brain is just like yearning to go back to that for whatever reason, right? But what I decided to do that day was to be like, you know what? If I'm sleeping in till 6:30, 7 o'clock some days and I can't get my ass out of bed, I don't need to go right into getting up at 4 o'clock. Like I can do that. I don't know how long I'll be able to sustain it. So what I'm trying to do is go back right away to that 4 o'clock wake up time. But what I realized I need to do is just do it 5 to 10 minutes a day, right? Just 5 to 10 minutes a day. Take those little bites of the elephant every single day. Wake up a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier. So there was a shift that took place. There was a shift, right? Because I could have just dove in and been like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go all in on getting up at 4 a.m. and just go like crazy. And I'd probably do that for 2 days and I'd be stuck back where I was, sleeping until 7, 8 o'clock. And yet here I sit now, completely cleared of that, knowing exactly what I need to do, knowing exactly what action I need to do, and knowing exactly what story I need to start telling myself to move forward. In this lesson, the loop of insanity continues until you choose to shift is massive. It's massive. right? So I hope you guys got a little bit of value out of this. This is actually the first time I've ever shared one of these stacks. I've done almost 1,000 of these. So I'm going to start doing that, I think, a little bit more. I have a lot, obviously, I have a lot of content that I can go back to and share with you guys. But that has been the single biggest tool that has allowed me to shift my mindset and change my life and the results in my life by far. So I'm actually putting together a program that will actually help get you access to that if you're interested. Whoops, there goes my microphone. Um, and that's not coming for a few more months, but that's definitely something to keep in mind because, man, the more I go into it, the more I find that we're all trying to get back to where we came from, but there's always those opportunities to be like, you know what, I can go somewhere else. I can go somewhere different. I can choose something different in this moment. And it takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. But my question for you today is, where are you trying to get back to? Like, what in your life are you trying to return to that was taken from you or you can't do anymore, or was you feel you were robbed of, or something that you used to be? Where are you trying to get back to, and like, how can you stop right now and shift and start to think about, maybe I need to go somewhere else? Like, maybe this is an opportunity for me to go somewhere bigger or somewhere different, like, altogether. So think about this. Like, this could be massive for you. This could be massive. Like, what are you trying to get back to? But is that even what you want anymore? Okay. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got some value out of it. And like I said, Stack it's the shit. It's the best stuff I've ever used in my life. So that is all I have for you guys today. Hope you got some value out of this. And yeah, that's all we got. So head over to Run Your Day podcast for more, my friends. And as always, Dan Hafner signing off. Make it a great rest of your day. Hey, have you ever thought about joining a virtual run challenge? As COVID-19 continues to upend our lives and change our life routines, finding fresh ways to challenge yourself physically can be difficult. I know I'm having trouble with that. It can also be pretty hard to connect with others and find accountability partners for the purpose of fitness as well. That's why we created Runwage Virtual Challenges. Runwage Challenges are a new and exciting way to stay physically active and maintain social distancing. Every challenge takes place 100% online, and you can compete against and engage with runners from all over the world. Best of all, they are the only virtual challenges out there which actually reward participants with real cash. That means you have no excuse for staying inactive during this pandemic. So if you've been looking for a fresh and interesting way to stay active and get your miles in, go to runwageapp.com/virtual challenges to join me and the diverse community of runners already competing. That's runwageapp.com/virtual challenges. Can't wait to see you there.